You picked your next destination, you're about to get your ticket, but there are a few things you should consider before jumping on the next national or international flight, like does my medical insurance apply overseas? Personal injury attorney Ross Jurewitz is here to break it down for us. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Good, good. So let's talk about medical insurance.
Right.
How do you find out if that's going to help you if you're traveling in Panama or South America?
Right. One of the things you want to do early on when you're researching your destination is you want to look at not only what destinations, what sites you want to see, but you want to look into the logistics. You want to check out the laws that apply to you, not only with respect to maybe, for example, rules of the road if you're driving, but also what you do if you get in trouble. If you have an injury, you have to go get medical attention, something pops up, how does that get taken care of?
And so if that doesn't work for you, then there are other outlets that you can buy medical insurance, travel insurance.
Right. As part of your research, you want to look into what is actually provided for you. I know when we just got back from Panama in February, and surprisingly, their national healthcare system covers tourists for free, and it's a great healthcare system.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was very, very skeptical about that, but every local I talked to said it's a fantastic system.
Did you have to use it?
No, thankfully not.
But you could have.
Yeah, absolutely. So you want to look into those options. You also want to look into, for example, if you're renting a car, whether or not your own auto insurance is going to apply. I know that many policies here in California specifically exclude Mexico as a covered location. So if you drive over to Mexico, your car gets stolen, you get in an accident, you're not covered at all, and you just lost your car.
So when you're actually looking for places that you want to visit, you talk about hotels and things to see, but there are a few guidelines or things that you should actually check out on before you actually visit these locations. What are some of those things that we should consider? Well,
one of the really key websites you should go look at and look and see if there's any kind of international travel advisory is travel.state.gov.
Okay.
This is the travel arm of the State Department to advise tourists about maybe some under the radar type of issues are popping up internationally. Obviously now we're very, very keen on what's going on in Egypt, and you should be aware about what's going on in Egypt, as well as Israel, Philippines as well too.
And that will actually give you insight on some of the laws and some of the local conditions in the area as well, correct?
It'll certainly help that out, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But you should also do some other additional research as well. Many of the travel guides will talk about how the police work, and what to do if you get in trouble. And then once you even get to your destination, there's the rules on the book, and then there's the rules in real life. Keep your eyes out for certain things. I know, again, going back to Panama, we were forewarned that the police were very, very vigilant about speeding. We didn't realize that if you go literally 1 mile over the speed limit, they could impound your car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you do your research, you already know where you want to go, and you're ready to go. Once you get there, what are some things that you would recommend to people who are traveling? Obviously, don't wear flashy jewelry if you're going to a place where...
Right. First thing I would recommend is make sure you sign your passport, fill out your emergency contact information, have a local contact, ideally someone who you're traveling with, as well as somebody back at home, so that if you did get in a serious accident, you were hit by a car, you're unconscious, anything like that, they could look in your passport and say, here's who I needed to contact, both locally here in the foreign country, as well as perhaps back at home.
I remember when I was traveling, I actually made a copy of my passport, my credit cards, my driver's license. I kept that all in a little Ziploc baggie stuffed in the bottom of my backpack, just in case I lost anything or anything like that.
Right.
Anything else that we should do?
Well, you should make a copy of it as well too, because if you get mugged, if you lose your bags, you want to make sure that you have another copy somewhere else, so that maybe it's on your person and your originals in your bag, just so that if one thing happens, when you lose one thing, then you still have a backup.
Exactly. Anything else that we should know? I mean, these seem pretty obvious, but sometimes we just forget.
My main advice to everyone is, look, have fun on vacation, and definitely enjoy yourself, but don't get vacation brain. Don't leave your brain at home and all of a sudden, I don't have a care in the world, and do something silly and stupid.
Sounds good. So once again, the website is travel.state.gov. Plenty of information where you can find guidelines for other countries, vaccinations as well, what you need to know, anything else. Any last words, anything you want to say?
No, plan your trip, do your research, and have fun.
Sounds good. Have a good time.